So we're back then with another video for Last Epoch. Now this is actually the first news style video we've done for the game. The reason we're doing that is today via social media we actually had the official release date for version 1.0 of the game confirmed, which is really pretty awesome. So we have an screenshot that they brought up on Twitter that's actually breaking down what will be happening prior to the release date, but we actually have a developer post about that as well. So we're going to go in and we're going to quickly run over that post and talk about my general feelings on the date they've chosen as well. Now before we do go in, don't know if you can hear it, but I'm really struggling today with my voice, so if I struggle a little bit in this video, apologies for that. I'm pretty sure I'm coming down for something, so yeah, apologies in advance if we do struggle a bit. But let's go in and let's start breaking all this down. So I'm just going to read through this here, or I will attempt to read through it before my voice potentially goes, and I'll give my thoughts as we're reading through it. So I'm proud to announce that 11 Hour Games is launching the long-awaited 1.0 version of Last Epoch on February the 21st, 2024. So that's just round about 3 or so months we've got to go. After a journey that started with the dream of uniting genre enthusiasts to create the next great action RPG and forming an after hours team through Reddit. I've actually seen this with the developers first started the game, I think it was about 5 years ago or so. They were actually just on a Reddit, a gaming Reddit, asking for advice on what kind of action RPG that players would like to see. That's how the game started. Really pretty amazing. So they had their Kickstarter 18 months later with that, and they were building Last Epoch alongside the passionate community throughout early access, and it says they're confident in saying that we made something truly special. I most definitely agree with them in that respect. Last Epoch's 1.0 launch will mark a new beginning for Atera and will set a new bar for quality, polish, gameplay feel and visual excellence throughout the last few patches with the game, or throughout the last few years with the game. There's really been a massive jump in the quality of the visuals of the game and the polish and how the game actually feels. I've got a video on my channel, if you check a few videos back, that actually shows some of the early versions and how much the game has actually come on. But next up here it's saying beyond 1.0, 11 Hour Games will bring substantial new content to Last Epoch every few months in what we call cycles. So if you're Diablo 4 or your Path of Exile players, this is essentially seasons that they are referring to. These releases will contain additions and refinements to many aspects of the game, such as in-game content, skills, unique items, gameplay systems and quality of life features as well. So that's awesome. It's going to keep the game fresh. Saying that though, I have played this game for 1600 hours. I'm still not bored, so I'm someone that I don't actually feel like I need seasons, whereas a game like Diablo, I most definitely feel like I need seasons to get me logging back in and playing it. Last Epoch, I feel that it doesn't need it, so the fact that it's going to get it, it's just going to be an extra cherry on the cake, really. It's even more content for a game that's got a ton of content as it is. Moving on here, they state, we understand that February is later than we had initially targeted. Quite a lot of occasions they actually said this, that the game would be out this year before the end of the year, so they are going back in that, but there's a very valid reason why they're doing that. So they're saying, however, our original December timeline became a bit crowded with other studios' releases and we didn't want to force the action RPG community to have to choose. Essentially what it's all about is Path of Exile, I believe, have a really big patch coming up, and they changed this to December, which is roughly when Last Epoch was going to actually launch. So moving away from that without a doubt makes sense, and it gives them a couple more months to polish the game because there are a few bugs in the game at the moment. Now it states, by moving our date we'll also be able to take advantage of a few more months of polish for our new systems and classes. That's what I was saying a moment ago. It gives them more time to polish the game, complete more bug fixing and reinforce our team with a restful and well deserved holiday break. So really makes sense for them to do that. I believe as well with Diablo 4 that season 2 is, if I am correct, it ends in mid-January, so that means by the time they come out in February, players have already been playing Diablo 4 for a month, most likely be bored of it by that point. And then with your Path of Exile one coming out 2 months before, I imagine a lot of players from that will be looking for something fresh as well. So the timing is absolutely perfect and it really does make sense. Finishing up, we thank you all for your unwavering support and enthusiasm that has allowed 11 Hour Games to make this game for all of us. We hope you will join us in Atera this February and invite your friends to join in a new co-op hack and slash experience. Now, just to finish up here, we've actually got an image from their social media as well, so let's have a look at that. So this gives us a little bit more information on what will be happening on the lead up to 1.0. Shows us an image of the Warlock class. I love the design of that particular one. And we get a look at the Falcon from the Falconer class. That's going to be a mastery class for the Rogue. That looks pretty awesome as well. But running through this, January the 11th, so they're starting just over a month early with the kind of ramp up for 1.0. So you've got item factions. This is trade versus prophecies on lastepoch.com. And what that essentially means is what the system they'll be using for trade, they're going to be breaking that down on the actual official website for them. The way they've done this is really smart as well. So firstly, you've got their official website, which drives traffic to it. Then on January 25th, you've got the Warlock preview, so that's awesome, and that's on a very big gaming site called icyveins.com. February the 8th, you've got the Falconer preview, that's on maxroll.gg, again a very big site, so they're going to get a lot of eyes on the game from this. They're being really clever how they're actually doing this here. And then finishing up, you've got February 21st, which is the launch day. And thinking of that, I'll need to log onto my laptop for work and make sure I can take some holidays for around about that time as well. But that's us. We have the actual launch date. A little bit disappointing that it's not going to be this year. I would have looked forward to playing it in time for Christmas, the full release. However, I think without a doubt it's the most sensible thing to do. You want to avoid that big Path of Exile patch that's coming out, and it seems like perfect timing, and they've got extra time as well to squash some of these rather annoying bugs that are about at the moment. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.